Hello and welcome to this presentation from AKCP. AKCP is the world's oldest and largest manufacturer of SNMP enabled sensors for the data center. Established in the USA in 1981, we now have over 100 employees and 130,000 installations worldwide. Our customers are diverse and include Fortune 500 companies, government agencies, banks and the military. Today I'm going to introduce the AKCP SmartRack system. This is a single device that will give power monitoring and switching, environmental monitoring, cabinet security and access control, as well as patent pending in-cabinet fire suppression system. SPC Plus is aimed at customers with existing power strips who wish to upgrade to an intelligent, managed power distribution system. It connects in line with their existing power strip for easy installation in an available 1U or 0U space. SPC Plus adds power monitoring, power switching, fire suppression, sensor ports, additional switched outlets, and UPS monitoring to your power strip. So why upgrade your existing power strip? Do you know how close you are to tripping your circuit breakers? Do you know your UPS battery drain rates? Can you calculate your PUE? Do you need to remotely reboot devices? And do you monitor your rack temperatures? These are all questions that upgrading to SPC Plus can answer, so you can maintain 100% uptime of your critical IT equipment. SPC Plus is ideally suited for multiple cabinet installations. Using a gateway and remote architecture, you can monitor up to 8 cabinets from a single IP address. The Gateway SPC Plus contains the controller and connects to the other devices via our basic expansion bus. Pay for only one controller and spread the cost over several cabinets. An alternate setup is to use a 1U mounted independent gateway controller, and this connects together with 8 SPC Plus remote devices. The advantage of this configuration is that the gateway is a truly hot swappable controller. Should the controller need servicing, it can be removed without any interruption to the power of your other cabinets. SPC Plus remote devices will even continue to log total active power locally, so when communication is re-established, your power data is still accurate. SPC Plus has an embedded web interface accessible via the unit's IP address. Here, you can view data and configure your device. In addition to the embedded web interface, AKCP provides a world-class monitoring software, Access Pro Server. This central management software will monitor all AKCP devices in your network, as well as third-party devices via our virtual sensors. Customizable desktops display just the information you need, sensor data, alerts, real-time monitoring, synchronization to IP-based CCTV systems, and access control administration are all done through Access Pro Server. So let's take a closer look at the units we have on display here. On the left side, I've got mounted our SPC Plus remote device. The top we have the power coming in. We have our basic expansion bus connected back to our 1U gateway mounted inside the cabinet. We have 4 additional sensor ports for connecting any of AKCP's intelligent sensors. We have our power meter and power relay, followed by 4 additional C13 outlets, which are switched with 2 relays on a 2x2 basis. Finally, we have the power coming out at the bottom, which connects to the power in of your existing power strip, or in this case, our AKCP PS Plus. As I mentioned earlier, in this setup, I'm using a 1U SPC Plus Gateway Controller. This is a single controller with 4 sensor ports, a basic expansion bus, and an Ethernet port. This connects via basic expansion bus to our remote SPC Plus inline devices. Up to 8 SPC Plus inline devices can be monitored from a single IP address through the SPC Plus Gateway Controller. The other advantage of this is that the controller is completely hot swappable. I can disconnect the basic expansion bus cable, I can disconnect the power to the SPC Plus Gateway Controller, and it will have no effect to my remaining cabinets. They will continue to function as normal with zero downtime. One of the primary features of the SPC Plus is the power meter. The power meter is used to monitor all of the current that is being consumed by the attached power strip, whether it be your existing power strip or in this case the AKCP Plus. It's important to monitor the current that is being consumed so that we can alert you in advance of you coming close to tripping your circuit breakers and bringing down the whole cabinet. The other advantage of using the power meter is that you can combine the data being collected by the power meter on the SPC Plus with data being connected by power meters connected to your air conditioning, and you can then calculate your PUE. Your PUE is the gold standard as to how efficiently your data center is running. The power usage efficiency will tell you how much you are spending on IT load compared to cooling load. By using our system together with our sensors such as the thermal map, you can then adjust your cabinet settings, cooling, thus saving you energy and making sure that you are not exceeding the ASHRAE recommended air intake temperatures for your cabinet. Another important feature of the power meter is our ability to monitor through Access Pro Server not only the power being consumed but also any attached UPSs. Your UPS battery backup, if it is SNMP enabled, can be monitored via virtual sensors in Access Pro Server. In the event of your AC main line power going down, we can monitor the power being consumed by your IT equipment versus the power available in your UPS. We can then send alerts when your UPS battery level gets critical, and this will allow you to respond by shutting down non-essential IT equipment by using our built-in relays, and this will preserve the battery life of your UPS, ensuring that your critical IT equipment will remain online. A key feature of the SPC Plus is our patent-pending boot sequence technology. The sudden current surge caused by powering up your data center can cause your circuit breakers to trip, bringing down the whole data center. We can program the relays in each SPC Plus device to turn on in sequence, therefore avoiding this sudden current surge which will trip your main breakers. This boot sequence is distributed to each SPC Plus remote device, so even in the event of your main gateway going down or loss of communications, the boot sequence will continue to operate as normal. So mounted on the front of the demo cabinet, I have the AKCP thermal map sensor. This is a 4-in-1 sensor that has 3 temperature sensors and a single humidity. It can be mounted on the front of your cabinet by the air intake to monitor for hot spots within your cabinet by checking the temperature at the top, middle and bottom of your cabinet. I've set up here in Access Pro Server a rack map where we can visually see the temperatures at the front of the cabinet. I'm now going to simulate what would happen should the temperature rise to a critical condition. I will do this by holding the temperature sensor in my hand, and when we reach 25 degrees on the air inlet, the SPC Plus will turn on our red light to simulate the turning on of a cooling system inside the cabinet. You can see that that has happened now, and the relay on our SPC Plus has turned on. When the temperature returns back to a normal condition, the relay will turn off, turning off our red light and our cabinet cooling systems. SPC Plus incorporates AKCP's patent-pending fire suppression technology. By integrating a smoke detector in the cabinet with our SPC Plus power relay, in the event of a critical situation such as a fire within your cabinet, we can bring down the power to the cabinet, removing the source of energy and thus helping to contain the situation to a single cabinet. No longer do we have to flood the whole data center with potentially dangerous gases. In the event of a fire, the smoke alarm will sound, and once the system detects a critical condition, the main power relay will go off, bringing down the power to the cabinet. Once the smoke detector returns back to a normal condition, power will be restored and everything will come back on. AKCP also offers an optional in-cabinet gas suppression system that can work together with this, so in the event that cutting the power is not enough, we can also release gas but contain it to within the cabinet only. Again, no need to flood the whole data center with dangerous gases. Mounted on the front of the cabinet, I have the AKCP RFID swing handle cabinet lock. This can be used to control access to your cabinet, administered through Access Pro server. You can choose who has access to what cabinet and at what time, as well as review technicians' access logs to see their activity for the day. This will help to secure your assets and data from unauthorized access. I can gain access to the cabinet by using my RFID card, which has already been granted permission through Access Pro server, and you can see that the status of the cabinet is now opened. If the cabinet is left open for a predetermined period of time, we can set off a siren and strobe alarm, alerting us to the situation that the cabinet has been left in an unlocked state. This could be useful for reminding a technician when they have forgotten to lock the cabinet. When the cabinet is locked again, the siren and strobe will turn off. I have here another card which will not grant me access, and when I attempt to use this, again an alarm can be sounded telling us that an unauthorized access attempt has been made. We have a manual key lock override. You can see the status has now changed in Access Pro server to open with the key. So we can also monitor for those people who have accessed using a manual key. To protect the side panels of the cabinet, we also are able to monitor when they have been opened, unauthorized, and again sound an alarm. However, if I have prior access credentials, so I have legitimately opened the cabinet and I access the side panel, no alarm will sound. The advantage of moving the power strip and power meters into separate units is that it maximizes the available zero-use space for outlets. You can see here we can fit significantly more outlets on the power strip when the controller is moved to another 0U or 1U device. For those customers who require no monitoring, we can also provide the PS Plus, a basic power strip. Choose from a wide range of standard configurations or build a custom unit with just the outlets that you need.
So in summary, by upgrading your existing power strip with the SPC Plus device, you are getting much more than simple power metering and network connectivity, and at a price that suits most data centers' budgets, big or small. You are getting power metering, power switching, a patent-pending fire suppression system, our distributed boot sequence technology, sensor ports for connecting RFID swing handle cabinet locks, thermal map sensors, and smoke alarms, as well as additional switched outlets, upgrading your existing power strip to a complete SmartRack system. So make AKCP your choice for power monitoring in your data center today.